Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Hey guys.
We're glad to see you, even though we can't see you.
Thanks for joining us.
I'm glad you're seeing us. Listen, we just wanted to stop in and say hi and tell you that we are so thankful for all of our clients and friends that have been a part of our life in this last year. And we also want to talk about some stuff that people are always asking. They say, not bragging, but we've had some remarkable numbers on how fast we've sold houses, and how much percentage of that asking price we've been able to do it. And listen, I'm not going to take credit for that. We have great coaches. We hired productivity coaches that were listing experts, specialists in what they did, and not in our market, from other parts of the world. And they taught us a lot of cool stuff. And we're going to share some of that with you today, so that when you get to thinking about taking your most valuable asset and cashing it in for equity to go buy you another home, whether it's moving down or moving up, you got all you can get, right? And you can do it as quick as you can, because that limbo time of selling a house from the time it goes on market till,
it's a lot of work.
We're spoiled rotten, because that usually contract with us, well, I'll just tell you, so in the last 8 months, our days on market average before it went under contract is 23 days. That's our average.
Incredible.
Now, we've had a few, we'll stretch on out there, but we've had a few of them that sold in less than 24 hours.
Right.
So how's that happen, right? So it's not magic. What it takes is takes some participation with great people selling homes, right? Everybody's got to play by the same set of rules.
Exactly.
And so I'm going to run you through some stuff. How do we make your house sell fast and for the most amount of money in East Texas? I don't know if it works everywhere, but I know it works here. So number one, you got to select a realtor. And we are very privileged in East Texas to have some great realtors. We would like to think that we are amongst the top realtors in East Texas.
Exactly.
And we're privileged to be with those realtors. They're incredible. Let me tell you, one of the big mistakes people make, and they do this because we still live in a part of the country where people have this loyalty.
Right.
And a lot of times people will say, man, we'd really like for you to sell our house, but I got this friend of mine, and he's a realtor, and he hadn't sold too much, and I want to help him out.
Right.
So, it's a business. At the end of the day, so it starts with this. For us, it starts with a person and a dream. And we try to understand that dream so well that we make it our dream. And so if it's to get out of this house so I can live closer to my grandkids, or so I can get into a better school district, or my kids have graduated, I want to get out of the school district, or whatever that is, we try to really take that on. And so in doing so, we feel very responsible to getting things done right. And sometimes that doesn't happen. It just doesn't. Sometimes you just don't get the right fit. And I had a meeting the other day, and at the end of it, that guy said, man, y'all have all these plans of how y'all do stuff, and you have a process of exactly what you do, and it's amazing. And I said, let me tell you something, none of that matters if you don't feel totally comfortable with me, and more comfortable with me than anybody else.
We went on a listing appointment last week and helped them totally change their mind. We helped them figure out that where they worked was exactly where they needed to stay.
Yeah,
and really where they wanted to stay. We went to sell their house. We went to list their house, and they decided their house was exactly where they wanted to be.
Yeah.
And we helped talk them into not listing their house with us, but they listed their land with us.
Sure.
So sometimes
and the land's gonna pay enough on the home that it makes sense for them to stay there. And that was their dream. We had to hear their dream, because if we were chasing profit, you'd have took a $400,000 listing.
Absolutely.
But if you're chasing people and people's dreams, then sometimes a $100,000 piece of property is a better deal.
Exactly.
So anyway, you got to get the right realtor, and it's got to be the right fit, and you got to connect. I mean, you got to have somebody that you can connect with, because you got to be able to trust them. And so that's something that's real important to us. Trust me, if I came to your house and I sat down and I knew that it was good inventory, and I knew that it could sell, and I knew me and you didn't click, I would kindly thank you for your time, and I would leave, because I would not want to saddle you to me or me to you when it wasn't a good fit. So do your due diligence to be sure you find somebody that you fit with, and that they've got a plan. They got a plan, they got a process, and they got proof that they can do what they say they can do. It's a big deal. So the next big deal, once you got a realtor, is you got to be sure that sucker looks good, right? That's where she comes in. So staging, photography, prepping, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Tell them what you got. Tell them what you think.
Well, a lot of times what I try to do is I go in and I just say, let me look at your house through the eyes of a buyer. You live here.
Yeah.
You walk over stuff the same way. I do the same thing at my house. I will walk over the same pile of stuff that I'm going to get to
13 pairs of
eventually.
shoes in a living room.
But I can't, I just don't have time to it. But I walk through the house and I look at it through the eyes of a buyer and I say, okay, dusting, cleaning, picking up clutter. Your family is everything to you, but a buyer doesn't want to see all the pictures on the wall of your kids, and you don't really want everybody in the world seeing your kids and your family either.
Not today.
Not today.
No.
So we just help you see it uncluttered, and if it needs to be freshly painted, if there are flower beds that need to have just new mulch put in them, things that you can do that don't send up red flags to the buyers.
They don't cost a fortune.
No, it's just so that the buyer can come in and they can picture themselves with their furniture, with their kids, with their family living in this house. And that's what we try to do, is to create that inviting space that just welcomes them into your home. And that's the idea, to get it sold quickly.
And having the right guy do photography matters. So
photography is a big deal.
We see this all the time, and I know why. You'll look on the MLS, or you can see it on the websites. Pictures of houses that just look dingy, like somebody been smoking a bunch of cigarettes in there.
Right.
And it's not. It's because they don't have professional photography. They use that iPhone. Let me tell you something. It's an expense that your realtor typically will incur.
Right. Takes on.
And in doing so, it will give your house the best. You sell your house 3 times. If you list it, you got to sell it 3 times. You got to sell it once online.
Yeah.
You got to sell it once from the curb. Then you got to sell it from the time they walk through the door. And if it don't look good online, ain't nobody coming to the curb. Yep. And so get a guy that's got a guy. I use one guy exclusively. He'll shoot 50 houses for us this year probably. He's incredible, and he doesn't make it look unbelievable. Now, we do magazine photography in houses that demand that. But what we don't do is make a 4-foot hallway look 12 foot wide. Right. Because that's deceiving. We don't do that. But we do give that house the opportunity to show its very best points and the best vision possible. And today is different, because people can't go and see a house as easy as they used to.
Exactly.
So it's a big deal.
Put our best foot forward.
Yeah. The other thing that really turns me off, is when I walk into a house and I flip the light switch on and there ain't no light bulb. Or you got 3 different types of light bulbs in there. And so listen, here, simple fix. Natural daylight bulbs.
Amazing.
The bigger, the better.
Yes.
If you can get a sunburn, it's better. Because light creates happiness.
Yeah, and it takes away all the shadows.
Yes.
Takes away all the dark spots.
It's just a beautiful way to present a house. So that's a few of the things that we do that help houses look good. Yeah. They look good online, and they look good when you show up. Now, here's the next thing. This always lands in my lap, but you got to remember, there is things called the market. And the market is established by houses that are very similar to yours in the same proximity that have sold in the last 12 months. And that, whatever that value ends up being, it establishes a value on your home. Now, there is fluctuation in that, but it's going to be pretty close. If you do not price your house right, it'll look good, feel good, smell good. Nobody will come see it. They might see it online, but they'll go, whew, that's a 3-2 right there, but look at that. That thing's $30,000 higher than everybody else's. Yeah. Must have gold buried in the backyard. They're not coming. Here's my rule of thumb. If we don't get showings in the first 14 days, we're too high. And it ain't my fault, because I'll tell you in a minute why I know that it should be showing and selling if it's priced right. But listen, too high price stops your traffic. Too low a price demands traffic. Exactly. So you're just getting multiple offers. It's not that bad. We bought 4 houses this year. And all 4 of these brought more than was asked on the listing price. One of them $6,000 more. We sold one for almost $20,000 more than we had on the listing price because we had 4 or 5 people trying to buy it at the same time. So the market will correct itself. Don't worry about that. You're not getting no trouble. You're going to be okay. Use a realtor that sells property, not lists property. There are metrics that they can produce for you off the MLS that says, this is what I've sold, this is how much we were asking, this is how much we sold it for, and this is how fast. And there's also metrics that shows this is how many we didn't sell. And any realtor out there is willing to show you both, because I am. I've never had one expire, but I've had some last a while because I just made some mistakes. I either didn't price them right up front, or my buyer wasn't as willing, or I just couldn't figure out how to make a round peg fit in a square hole,
right.
You know. But for the most part, we get them done pretty quick. So that's a big deal. There's an old saying they call it 3 Ps.
Yeah. You
put up a sign, put it on MLS, pray it sells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
We don't want to do that. So in our world of Dream Team Property Group, we have a marketing team and we have a marketing plan. And our marketing team does not live here. Actually, our marketing team's out of Canada.
Right.
That helps us with our social media and all that stuff that goes on. So when we list a property for you, it goes on about 900 websites. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's lots of views.
Yeah, and so
lots of potential.
And so along with that, in the social media profile that we're putting together right now, we're going to put you in a lot of spots, and we can prove it. Not only can we prove where it's at, we can prove how many people looked at it. And we'll send you those metrics about every 2 weeks to let you know kind of what's going on, so you know where you're at. Then we have a huge database where we can email directly to realtors and directly to clients. And our team, so by the end of April, we'll have 4 realtors on our team. And in our at-will agreement, it is mandatory that they make 2 hours of phone calls a day. Because we believe if you're not talking to people, you're really not doing your job. And that doesn't mean we're calling people trying to sell them nothing. That means we're calling people just saying, hey, what's going on? How's your world? What's going on? We just want to meet you. We want to talk to you. We want to stay in touch. I want to love on you. And by the way, we got a house down the street from you. If you know somebody that you'd like to have as your neighbor, help us out. So when you got that much traffic going on, you're going to sell stuff a lot faster. And then the big deal, I think, for people to know is that we do report.
Right.
We talked about that a minute ago. I want you to know, at the end of the first 2 weeks, if we're not under contract, I want you to know how many people have seen your house online, and how many people have shared it, and how many people have sent it to their clients. And we can get all of that, and we provide it to you. We show you step by step, day by day, exactly what we've done to market your property, so that if we need to have a conversation in any way, we at least have some ground to stand on. So that's just kind of that's the nuts and bolts part. At the end of the day,
we listen, we ask questions, we have a plan, and we make it work.
I tell you what I really think. We're going to do a video on this about how we got here.
Yeah. In
real estate.
Okay.
Not like I was born by my mom. I know that's how I got here on the planet.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, Gwen and I are 100% united in the fact that we desire to see people at their very best.
Exactly.
And when the home is good, that has an environment to where people can do very well. Children grow up better, husbands and wives are better, finances are better. So at the end of the day, I think what we really do, if you take all of that marketing and messages and photos and all that stuff, we really love our people. We really love our people. And our people are family, man. It's like we've worried and prayed for and prayed with and counseled, and we've done it all. I mean, we've been realtors, counselors, pastors. I mean, wow, but in the same minute sometimes, you know. I think that's
drill
the,
sergeant,
yeah.
whatever. It
Sometimes
takes.
you have to boss them around a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah. But and we understand that some people are on a timeline. We got to get stuff done right now.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got, say you got 10 or 12, 15 clients out there, but you got one that his house is sold. He's got to have a house.
Right.
That's different. You just got to bear down.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do stuff a little bit different. We ask a lot of questions. How we doing? I tell people every time they sign a contract with me, I'll say, listen, now here's the deal. This is an agreement that you and I choose to be in covenant with one another, which means I'm not working for you. I am becoming part of who you are and what you desire, so that I can help you accomplish your dream. But if at any time you don't think I'm doing my job, you're welcome to sit right down and explain that to me and fire me. And that hadn't happened, but I promise you, if I got it coming,
yeah,
I got it coming. That's a good deal for life. Listen, ask questions, listen some more, ask questions, and love your people. That's what we do. We love y'all. Let's go make some money. Let's sell your house. Adios.
yeah.